you ever had the experience where, say you're talking this over with siblings or other people who are your own age, where you have a different memory, or you like totally, somebody says, no, it wasn't that way at all, and what do you do with that, or how do you address that? Do you just go with your own?
Well, that's a question about disparate memories. I think that's always the case. I think that you won't find a harmonious agreement among siblings, especially. There's always one sibling that was more powerful in the family, and like the bully. Maybe we shouldn't say that. There's always one sibling who just has an edge on the other sibling, and that sibling, the older sibling, has a kind of domain of the truthfulness. But then the younger one, as time goes by, it takes revenge on the older one by remembering things differently, and not always to the advantage of the other one. And so it's very common that siblings don't agree on anything. They don't agree like who is punished most, or they don't agree on who is loved most, and many unspoken things. The best thing to do is keep a journal. But that journal can only deal with facts, and the problem for the memoir is actually tone, and how long are your sentences going to be, and how many qualifications do you have in a sentence, and where do you use semicolons and so forth. And it sounds ridiculous, I know you're probably laughing, but art is writers are formalists basically, and the form in which you put something determines its significance and much of its meaning. So if you have something that's just some people write this way, they're just one sentence paragraphs that go down the page so that people can skim them and read them very easily. It reads as if it's very trivial, and it's sort of comical and fleeting and ephemeral and not significant. That's how it reads. On the other hand, you can have the dense, beautifully dense prose of Proust, for instance, whereas page after page of long paragraphs in which the mind is suspended. You haven't come to the end of the thought yet because you're still in the paragraph, and all these shimmering things are held in suspension. To write that way, I think, is very beautiful, but you soon may lose your audience. When Marcel Proust gave his manuscript to someone to read, a possible publisher, the editor said, "What's this? 40 pages and all your characters in is turn over in bed." And that's basically it. He turns over once in bed in 40 pages. It's not exactly an action thriller. A couple other questions?